Hi, today's lesson is about cross-curricular competencies. We try to answer the questions: what are they? Why us teachers need to know about them? And more importantly, why we need to add them into our lesson plans. Because as I said, we are going to try to analyze every element we add to our lesson plans. You see that many educators commonly regard the lesson plan as an isolated piece of instructional material, sometimes unintentionally neglecting its profound significance in bridging the broader curriculum with the intricate dynamics of the classroom. You see, delving deeper into this perspective reveals the importance of considering the integration of cross-curricular competencies as final objectives of the whole educational process. You see, as the same way a lesson plan is supposed to yield a certain objective or objectives, there are objectives that they're in the entire curriculum. So the question that here we advance is, what are cross-curricular competencies? The answer is, these are skills or set of skills and abilities that are essential across various academic subjects, and we need them usually in real situations. So they are not specific to what we teach. Like, for example, if you are interested in the case of the syllabus of English, but they are what are called, they cut across all the other fields. That's why sometimes also called interdisciplinary skills. So these skills go beyond the subject-specific knowledge and they are designed to help individuals become more well-rounded, adaptable, and effective learners and problem solvers. They are often integrated into the educational curricula to prepare students for a wide range of challenges and opportunities in the modern world. We often find types of these cross-curricular competencies. In our case, for example, in Algeria, often and even if in the literature, you are going to find intellectual competency, methodological competency, communicative competencies, and personal and social competencies. Now, when we start talking about intellectual competencies, now here where we find the idea of a critical thinking and the idea that learners should be able to solve problems, interpret verbal and non-verbal messages. This is in the case of intellectual competencies. Now, if we move further to methodological competencies, here we find the idea that learners should find strategies, for example, to help them to interpret less messages. Also, the idea of working in pairs and in groups, also that's part of the methodology to solve problems. And here also we talk about learners should be able to demonstrate like intellectual honesty and efficient time management. They also need to kind of do self-assessment and also value the work of others. Of course, still talking about group work. And we talk about also some strategies in order for them to work efficiently, mobilizing the resources. That's concerning the idea of methodology of doing or doing or solving a problem. Then you have the communicative competencies, and here we refer to the idea that learners should be able, for example, to use the new technologies. They should, for example, talk with others efficiently and effectively. And this is so important, of course, in regard to communication. Then we move to personal social competencies, and here learners should have that behavior that is, of course, they demonstrate like good citizenship. Sorry, yeah, and of course, they should be aware of all the values they have. They need to hold like really, how can I say, high level standards since they are learners. So they should be aware of others. And of course, we're talking about honesty, responsibility, all these parts of personal and social competencies. Now, there is the question, or most importantly, where can we find all these competencies, where they are mentioned? And here it's so important for the teacher to check the curriculum that is provided by the ministry. Many times when I ask teachers, have you read the curriculum? They said, no, I didn't. This is really a big mistake. Yeah, you may manage and do all the lesson plans without checking, but it's so important to do so. And here, for example, if we check the curriculum, we'll find the presentation. And the most important five components of the curriculum. And here what we're looking for, we look for the exit profile for English at middle school. The idea of exit profile, the same corresponds with the idea of the objectives that need to be met at the end of the curriculum. If you read here, for example, just the idea of the goals also reflect the same thing, this cross-curricular competencies. See, for example, to help our society to live in harmony with modernity by providing the learner with linguistic tools. You see, that is not only the linguistic tools that we are talking about, but we're talking about good citizenship. I find here the same point: promote national, universal values, develop critical thinking, go back to tolerance, openness to the world, contribute to the shaping of a good citizen. So it's so important that you know about these. And of course, if you scroll down, you are going to find the exit profile. And here it's so important that you are going to read all these, because these reflects the final objectives of the curriculum. And also you find here cross-curricular topics across the cycle. Why you need these? Because even now we are talking holistically, and still we are not talking about the lesson plan. At the end, all the verbs, all the language used there, you need to reflect in your lesson plan. So it's very important now to understand why we add this to any lesson plan. I hope you have benefited from this. And of course, this is just the start. And we try to make our ways step by step to talk about all the elements in a lesson plan. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.